guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. My name is Heather. I'm a homeschooling mom of 3 kids, elementary, middle, and high school age. Today I'm going to be sharing a weekly plan with me in my EC Vertical Life Planner. This is the Color Blends version from last year. I'm actually really excited to get into the new Inspire design, which is going to be starting soon. I can't believe we're already entering the last full week of May in 2023. It's crazy to me. So I'm going to kind of take you along my process as I plan out my week. I'm finally feeling a little bit more normal as of late. It has been really crazy around here. It's just always very busy in May, but I have my curriculum choice videos all filmed and ready to go for this week. We have had the crazy birthday madness with like 5 birthdays at the beginning of May. I've gotten my teacher reviews done, so I am really happy about that. Now, when I sit down to do my Sunday weekly planning, the first thing that I do is I actually just do a brain dump of things that I have floating around in my head that I want to work on. And this is in my daily planner. I use a daily planner also from Erin Condren as well as my weekly. I've kind of gone back and forth, and in fact, I have a 7x9 daily duo. I had started out with an A5 and then moved to a 7x9 because of how I was using some of the monthly pages in my daily planner, but I don't honestly think I need as much space, but I have a 7x9 daily duo for 23-24 as well. Oh goodness, it's a lot of planning. But anyways, so the first thing that I'm actually going to do is just do the weather. I like to put the weather on my weekly at a glance, I guess. I just got these weather stickers from Planner Kate last week because I wanted to get some month label stickers, so that I could relabel my teacher planner as well as use them in those 12 boxes that are at the beginning of the life planner. But primarily I got it because I was trying to get my year at a glance set up in my Erin Condren teacher planner. I feel like I am so behind on planning right now for homeschool, and I think it's mainly because we ended our homeschool year. Well, not ended because we are year-round homeschoolers, but we were still working on some things right up until last week, actually. So but I did see these little weather icon stickers. I have some other ones. Let me see where they are. Well, these are snowflakes, which I don't need right now. These are Libby's Littles from Libby & Co. And I typically like to buy them from here because they're just a little bit smaller. But I figured I would try Planner Kate. I don't think I could get anything off of Libby & Co. because, I don't know, they might be on vacation or something. I think that was what it was. So instead I ordered these because I was ordering the label stickers also from Planner Kate. I try to buy just from one Etsy shop at a time rather than a bunch of them. That's just kind of how I do it. So, but I do like to have, this is about the only sticker stuff that I consistently do in my life planner. I tend to just not use a lot of stickers. I would love to. And in fact, when I started planning back in on paper again, I think in 2014, I really just did all of the stickering and all of the washi tape and all of the pretty pens. And even though I didn't feel like I had that much time, I definitely had more time. Now, this coming weekend, it's such a bummer, and I'm really hoping that this changes. This is the weekend that I typically do all of my garden planning for the year, and it's supposed to rain. It was supposed to be sunny, but now it's going to be raining. So I don't know how that's going to work out. We may push off to planting into the first week in June. I mean, obviously, if it's raining, we will. I won't plant this week, and I'm glad that I hadn't planted earlier because this past week we had freeze warnings. I think we got up and it was like 26 degrees at my house, which that's pretty late for freeze days. Although as I'm looking at the extended forecast past Sunday, it looks like it's going to be raining right into June. So we'll see. I mean, if, every year is different and we have kind of a short growing season in Maine, so that's kind of a challenge, but I mean, it is what it is. I'll do as best as I can with the time that I have. Okay, so this week Thursday is my monthly reset day, which I'm really excited about, although at the same time, I feel like this month has just flown by and I have not done as much with my goals lately. I think the last time that I checked in was the 9th, so I have to check in with my goals. I didn't even set up this side this month, which I typically will do. I had been setting up my goals in my daily planner because I was trying not to use a weekly planner, or I was trying to use a different weekly planner. Anyways, yeah, so I didn't even really set up my goals as much as I normally do. So anyways, all right, we are in the last week of the month, the last full week of the month. Tomorrow, the kids all have haircuts at 10 o'clock, and that is going to pretty much take up several hours. Both Emma and Jack have really thick hair, and so that means that we struggle with actually doing a quick haircut. So that is going to take up a good portion of tomorrow. I am going to do a Monday reset tomorrow. I am pretty much done with all of the things I need to do for the week, I think. But yeah, I do want to wash the floors. I'm not doing that today. It's Sunday. And I don't know if I'll have time to do that tomorrow, or if I'll just be, you know what I'm going to do tomorrow when we get home? I think, do I want to put it here or here? So tomorrow I am putting up a teaching textbooks video. It's why we are still using teaching textbooks for high school math and why it works for us and some of the different ways that we use it, because we don't really use it exactly as it is written. We use kind of a hybrid approach, but so I need to do my social shares. I also want to do an unboxing of what I ordered for the teacher planner launch, and I think that my box will be here tomorrow morning. I hope. So it would be nice if I could get that done. And then this week I'm doing all of my curriculum choice videos. Well, I say that, most of them. 10th curriculum, 8th curriculum. So I do want to share those. I will not have up like our family resources or like the extra things that we're doing. I really am only sharing like our core courses, the English, math, science, history, foreign language, those types of things. For fine arts, I don't typically use any sort of curriculum for that. And I don't really plan out the kids' passion projects as much now as I used to, although Lucy is getting to the age where I'm going to start doing that. That's just something else that I have to think about, but I do want to get those down on my list. I need my husband to go to Tractor Supply and Sam's Club. I don't know if I will be able to put in an order for Sam's Club for tomorrow for my husband to pick up, or if it will have to be Tuesday. It really just depends. In fact, last week I started an order last week, but a bunch of stuff just wasn't available. And so maybe I will just schedule it for Tuesday. Sam's and Tractor Supply, because I need chicken feed at Tractor Supply. I also want to bake a turkey this week because we have a turkey in our freezer. I should take that out today, but I don't have space in the fridge, so I'm going to take it out in the morning. I just went to the grocery store today, and that's why I don't really have any room in the fridge to put the turkey to defrost. Clean and organize fridge. But I will have to do something tomorrow morning so that I can get the turkey in there, and then hopefully it'll be defrosted by Thursday. What am I going to do for food tomorrow? I think I'm going to do bean burritos because I'm not going to be home most of the morning to get any meal going. and then maybe quiche here, and then soup here. Okay, so I want to go to the greenhouse. My planning day is Thursday. I've been talking about taking pictures of furniture to try and sell on Facebook Marketplace for weeks at this point. And so I'm going to write that down for Tuesday and hope that I actually just do it, and maybe I will list it and just put my husband's phone number. And then I also want to start organizing my homeschool books. I do feel really behind on my homeschool organization. I did just get my whole basement cleaned out. I have all of the books. I'll insert some pictures here of all of the books that I have to go through. I obviously have gone through them for my curriculum choice videos, but now I need to really organize them into what we're going to be using for the first couple of months and really deep dive on the content. For most of it for Lucy, it's not really going to take me an enormous amount of time because this will be the third time I'm going through level D. There are a couple of new books, but I'm not that concerned about pre-reading them or really going through them. Brave Writer has not come out with their book selections yet for 2023-2024. I believe that is June 1st and 2nd. So I still need to figure out if I'm going to be doing any Brave Writer stuff. This past year I chose a bunch of Brave Writer book guides to do with the kids, but we fell so behind in the fall because our fall was so busy that come winter, I just wasn't able to include the Brave Writer stuff. And so we just strictly did Sunlight Language Arts. But I miss having those Brave Writer book guides. I'm unsure if I will include anything for Lucy. It's just going to kind of depend on what is available versus what I've already chosen for the kids. But I really feel like I need to sit down and do a bunch of homeschool organization and sit down and start fleshing out the different books here. So in my teacher planner, what I will do is I will kind of list where I would like to be in the curriculum for each month. Obviously, that is all subject to change. This is just my broad overview for the year. We do start our homeschool year in July with new resources, kind of a slow start. So I feel like as soon as I get the curriculum that I'm using and the resources I'm using written down into my teacher planner, and then I start to order the books based on the different months, I think I will feel much better. And I think that that's probably going to be what I work on this week. Some of the issue that I'm having is that the Sunlight Level 100 history instructor's guides with the new spine, those are on back order. Now I do have the first 3 weeks of a sample that I have gotten from Sunlight, but I go through so much more than the first 3 weeks, and those instructor's guides are on back order until the end of June. And because we start mid-July with our new resources, I already feel like I'm going to be behind, and that really bothers me. What I do for my weekly plan is I'm really just hitting on the big projects that I want to focus on specific days. I'm not necessarily writing down a list of to-dos or chores that I have to do. It's more just the big projects that I have set out for the week ahead. And that's just so that I know based on my time blocking about how much time I have to work on certain things, because we're going to be gone probably 3 hours tomorrow for haircuts, or 4 hours, and then we'll get home and have to do lunch or a late lunch, and then just relaxing for a little bit after being out for so long. I know that I'm not going to have a ton of time to work on a bunch of stuff. So I will work on my Monday reset, which is really just going to be vacuuming and getting my daily stuff done, doing a Sam's Club list, hoping that I can get a time to pick up in the afternoon, checking in with my work stuff, and then hopefully cleaning and organizing the fridge in the morning so that I can get the turkey in. And then in the afternoon, if I have more time, I will fill it with other things that I want to work on, or I'll read books, or I'll do, chores or whatnot. I'm going to I should have put homeschool books in purple. Transfer. So I just want to get the information into my teacher planner. And once I have that, it's it's just a little bit easier for me to make sure that I'm getting all of the things done. So Thursday, like I said, is my monthly reset day. And this day is typically spent doing a lot of homeschool prep for the next month. I don't need to do that really this month because we're kind of in between seasons right now. Next month is going to be a little bit different. I haven't really finalized homeschool plans, so I will put summer homeschool plans here. Sunlight is not coming out with summer readers this year, so they did come out with a list that all of the parents that use Sunlight submitted books, and they put together a list for elementary, middle, and high school age. And so I will probably go through that and see if there are any books that I want to start with the kids, but I'm not entirely sure if I'm even going to do that or not. I need to work on my goals. I need to work on my summer refresh because I'm doing that a little bit earlier than what is typically thought of as a summer refresh. Typically, people will do it at the end of June, at the end of the second quarter, but I do it a little bit earlier just because of how our seasons line up in Maine. June, July, and August are really the summer months, and then September, October, and November are kind of the fall months, and then December is just its own beast that is not it's not like a quarter or an actual, well, it is a season. It's the Christmas season, and it's a very busy season for us. I want to go through my book journal and actually sit down and do that a little bit more, which I think I will do during my live stream. In my membership community each week, or most weeks, we have a live stream and or a Q&A session. So this is going to be a co-working live stream where we choose a project and use the Pomodoro method to kind of work through a project. It's 25 minutes of focused work and then a 5-minute break, and the chat is open, and so we can chat and do fun things like that. I do not have my book journal completely set up for the last half of the year, I don't think. I've done most of it, but I do still have a little bit more that I need to work on. Not sure where my book journal is. So typically I have, my monthly spread set up. I have my monthly calendar set up, but I think, yes, June is kind of where I stopped, so I've got to get the rest of the year situated so that, I do have all of the spreads done, but I just don't have any decorations or labels and whatnot, so I need to do all of that. June through December, it will happen, and this is a good time for me to do that because I'm just sitting here doing my Pomodoro cycles. It's not something where I'm like doing big projects throughout the rest of the house. So Friday, when did I put the greenhouse on Wednesday. Friday, I'm going to do budget check-in and spend tracking. I would like to do spend tracking daily, and I think I do it daily sometimes, but it ends up being something that I tend to do on Fridays, and it just works a little bit better for me to do that. I don't know why. I don't know why. Although I probably could wrap it up in my monthly reset as well, which I do sometimes do depending on the month. But because I'm kind of waiting for the new monthly planners to come out from Erin Condren, I'm using a new monthly planner or an old monthly planner to do my budget. And I have been for about a month or two now. I've been going through a whole new system. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Oh, and then the other thing that I want to do on Tuesday is update book club. We are reading Free to Learn in my membership community for our book club, and I just finished the book, and so I'm going to try and finish up all of the questions and content to post in my membership community. For that book, I do have to return that book too, so that will be a good day to do that. The other thing that I want to do on my monthly reset day is to revamp my morning routine, because I have not been following a good routine. I guess that's not entirely true. I have been following my morning routine, my very basic morning routine of coffee, Bible, and planning. And I've been giving my body the chance to sleep in when it needs to. It's I'm an early riser anyways. Most often I do wake up before 6 a.m., but this year I have been getting up anywhere between 5:30 and 7:30, depending on the day. Most days it is right around 6 or 6:30. I've been kind of just wasting time in the morning. Not wasting time, I am still getting stuff done, but I know that the order that I'm doing things is not very efficient. I know that I'm spending way more time on social media than I need to be in the morning, answering questions and answering emails. I really get sucked into communicating with people on social media who've asked me questions. And not that I don't want to spend the time there doing that. It's why I have this large Facebook group for Maine homeschoolers. But what happens is it's very easy for me to constantly be checking for questions instead of just focusing on doing that for a certain amount of time. It's very easy for me to just fall into constantly answering questions and kind of doing coaching online without actually doing homeschool coaching through my business, which is what I typically do. So my plan is to kind of sit down and go through my daily habit tracker. This is a free printable that I made several years ago. I've used it in the past for homeschooling and creating rhythms and routines for my kids. But I think what I'm going to do is write down the most important things in an ordered list of what I want to do in the morning, and then also attach times to it. In the summer, I tend to get outside early in the morning for like a walk or a bike ride if Emma is running or something like that. And so I want to also incorporate that. It does take me a lot more time when I do that because then I need to come in and take a shower after I am done. I don't necessarily drink coffee before I go out early. I also just have some other projects that I want to work on. I also spend a lot more time looking at resources and curriculum, instructor's guides and stuff in the morning, trying to figure out what our rhythm will be like for the year. So I'm thinking that I'm going to kind of list out what I want the different blocks of my day to look like. Let me see. Because I do time block my day, which is why I use a daily planner. And then maybe I can just focus a little bit better on these time periods. Maybe I just need to add a little bit more time up here or change the hours or something. Yeah. So anyways, that is another thing that I'm hoping to work on, and using this daily habit tracker I think is going to help me do that. Okay, and then on Saturday, this weekend is supposed to be gardening, but if it's raining, that's not going to happen, and I'm not sure if I will have time to do that here. I might. Maybe if we go to the greenhouse, I will feel motivated to get out and turn my garden. I do need to get some soil as well. So yeah, okay. I want to do the turkey here and then leftovers for many days. And I'm doing this. My whole plan was to do this so that I could focus on the garden stuff and not have to think about food at all for a while. But yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to work. Okay, so this does not look like a whole lot going on for the week, but it is quite a full week. And then I think that I managed to get most everything on here from here into this to kind of figure out where I want to do certain things. So I always start with the brain dump list, which I showed you. I kind of work on it whenever things come to mind on Sunday. And then, or I will sit down first thing in the morning and brain dump a bunch of stuff. It really just depends on what is coming up for the week. And then I look at the list and I kind of figure out, okay, when am I going to do certain things? What else do we have going on throughout the week? And that's where I put kind of these projects that I have to work on into my planner. And then once that happens, during my daily planning, I will sit down in the morning, first thing in the morning, and I'll say, okay, well, I want to do my Monday reset, and I have haircuts at 10 o'clock, which we're gonna have to leave early for that. And so this is the amount of time I have to work on specific projects and make sure everybody's ready, and get some snacks for us. And then in the afternoon when I get home, I know that we'll have to do lunch and the kids will want to have some rest time, and I will probably read to them, and then I'll have a little bit more time in the evening. Although, you know what? I do think I have a meeting. I think I have a Zoom call, but I am not going to be able to make the whole thing because I have another, I do have another call in the afternoon that I have to figure out if I can reschedule, which I will have to do tomorrow. Okay, so that is what my week looks like. Lighter on the end of the week, but this is a big day for me, this monthly reset day, especially because the kids aren't going to be doing any homeschool, so they will just play. They do have the new Tears of the Kingdom Zelda game, so they're taking turns playing that, so they will most likely be fully occupied most of Thursday. I do have my live stream in the afternoon, but that works out well because I can work on some of this stuff during my live stream, and as long as I get the turkey in first thing in the morning, we should be good to go. So this is the week of the 22nd, and then I will also be doing a week of daily plans for this week as well. So you can kind of see how they relate to one another, and that will be up, it should be up next Monday. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions for me about anything that I'm talking about, or if you want to see some of my other videos, you can leave me a comment. And I also have links in the description box for a lot of resources and things that I use regularly to plan out all of the things. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.